In a dazzling revelation by the esteemed Time magazine, the historical figure Mansa Musa has been crowned as the wealthiest individual in all of history. This astonishing claim puts Musa at the pinnacle of affluence, surpassing even the grandeur of the Roman Emperor Augustus Caesar, whose riches are pegged at a staggering $4.6 trillion. Unlike celebrity net worth, which meticulously quantifies fortunes, Time magazine intriguingly refrains from assigning a specific value to Musa's wealth, leaving its magnitude to the imagination. Kanku Musa, a name that resonates with unparalleled prosperity, is renowned not only for his immense wealth, but also for his transformative reforms that reshaped an empire. The fortune expert Celebrity Net Worth, whose analysis is echoed by leading newspapers globally, estimates Musa's treasure trove at an eye-watering $400 billion. This figure astonishingly eclipses the current fortunes of modern billionaires like Bill Gates, Elon Musk, and Jeff Bezos. The Mali Empire, founded by the legendary Sundiata Keita, is believed to have been the world's wealthiest nation during its zenith. It served as a mirror reflecting Africa's economic landscape on the cusp of the European and Arab slave trades, highlighting a period of unmatched prosperity and cultural richness. Embarking on a pilgrimage to Mecca, Mansa Musa's journey was nothing short of a spectacular display of wealth and grandeur. Picture this: a caravan of 100 camels, each heavily laden with 300 pounds of gold, accompanied by 500 servants, each bearing 4 pounds of gold. This majestic procession included thousands of his subjects and his esteemed royal wife, who herself was attended by 500 servants. As they traversed through Cairo and onward to Mecca, Musa's generosity knew no bounds. He distributed gold so liberally that he inadvertently triggered a market crash in the price of the precious metal. However, this lavish expenditure came at a price. By the time the pilgrimage reached its zenith, Mansa Musa had exhausted his resources, compelling him to borrow money for the return journey. His opulent voyage left an indelible mark on the Oriental imagination, fueling legends about the immense wealth of Black Africa. Turning to the architectural feats of the Mali Empire, the mosques of Gao and Timbuktu stand as testaments to its grandeur. Contrary to popular belief, these architectural marvels weren't the work of an Arab architect brought back by Musa from his travels. Instead, as the renowned scholar Cheikh Anta Diop elucidates, these structures embody the unique characteristics of sub-Saharan African architecture, with their pyramidal style echoing the designs found in Egypt and Nubia. These edifices defy Arab architectural norms, proving that it was indeed the Kamites, who today are called blacks, who, with their indigenous tools and ingenuity, crafted the distinctive architecture of Mali. Mansa Musa's reign also marked a golden era of education and commerce. Cities like Djenné, Timbuktu, and Gao flourished as vital hubs of trade and culture. Intellectual and literary output from these centers began to eclipse that of North Africa. Kanku Musa enlarged the empire, bringing it to its territorial peak, bringing it stability and prosperity. Our story then fast forwards to reveal the after effects of Mansa Musa's transformative rule and the fate of the Mali Empire. This exploration is weaved through the life of the famed scholar and traveler, Ibn Battuta. Born in Morocco in 1304 into a distinguished family, Battuta's education was rooted in Islamic teachings. For those unaware of Ibn Battuta, he traveled the world, further than the famed Marco Polo. Upon Marco Polo's death in 1325, Battuta commenced a remarkable journey spanning over 75,000 miles and 3 decades. His tales of travel were later documented in a traditional Arabic travelogue, a rila, which became a treasure of knowledge. Battuta's adventures remained confined to North Africa until German explorer Ulrich Jasper Sietzen discovered a copy in the 19th century. Once translated into numerous languages, Battuta's stories resonated globally. Now let's go back to 1353 CE, when Battuta decided to visit the Mali Empire, intrigued by its devout Islamic practices. He heard tales of how Arab traders had introduced Islam to the region, and how it had steadily evolved into an official religion by the year 1200. Setting out with 3 friends and a guide from Masufa, Batuta embarked on a journey to Mali, observing the landscape, flora, local culture, and economic practices. He chronicled encounters with villagers selling local goods and grains, and his experiences with the empire's wildlife, which often resulted in tense encounters. Batuta's journey carried him along the Nile River through regions like Kabara and Zaga, conquered by the emperor, and towns such as Timbuktu, Gao, Muli, and Yufi. His accounts offer valuable insights into Mansa Musa's Mali Empire, the vibrancy of its towns, the character of its people, and the enduring influence of its legendary emperor. Once Ibn Battuta arrived in the capital of the Mali Empire, he was warmly greeted by local dignitaries, among them the city's Qadi, who offered lodging, food, and assistance. Tragedy struck soon after, however, when some of his traveling companions fell ill and one died, a result of consuming a dangerous root. Battuta himself fainted during prayer, leading to 2 months of debilitating sickness. During his convalescence, he was introduced to Mansa Sulaiman, Mansa Musa's successor, whose miserly ways disappointed the traveler, tarnishing his image of the empire's rulers. He was present at a ceremony in honor of Master Abul Hassan, observing the extravagant proceedings and noting the peculiar traditions of the court. He also experienced the exuberance of their festivals, where extravagant displays of wealth, music, and dance played out under the gaze of the king and his court. In summarizing his journey, Battuta concluded that while the grandeur of the empire was maintained, the generosity and openness of its ruler, unlike that of Mansa Musa, left something to be desired. Let's go back to the conclusion of Mansa Musa's reign. In 1337, the legendary Mansa Musa departed from this world, leaving an indelible legacy. Mansa Sulaiman, a fervent promoter of the Islamic faith, governed over a flourishing Mali empire. Leo Africanus, in his 1550 book, Description of Africa, detailed the city of Timbuktu, a metropolis teeming with merchants, with buildings fashioned from stone and mortar, and residents who lived in relative prosperity. By the mid-14th century, however, the Mali Empire was on the decline. As its influence waned, the Songhai Empire filled the power vacuum. Under the Songhai, Gao became a prominent city, and they eventually annexed Timbuktu. In 1591, the Saadi dynasty of Morocco wrested control of the Songhai Empire, starting an era of upheaval and power shifts. French colonial forces descended upon Mali in 1892, renaming it French Sudan. Under French rule, the region's agricultural landscape suffered greatly. The colonists exploited Mali's raw resources while neglecting its infrastructure. Mali endured 7 decades of colonial rule, with its borders frequently changing. Post-independence, Mali grappled with environmental, economic, and political challenges. From a once prosperous kingdom, it fell into the list of the world's poorest countries. Yet, the spirit of the Mali Empire, with its golden past of prosperity and knowledge, lives on in the heart of its people.